This is my second quilt I made at a Lamar, and this is from my favorite teacher, Judy Warren. And what she had us do is take 2 blocks like this, put one on top of the other, and then design your own block. And I call this my secret garden because it's all flowers, and it's all hand quilted. Oh, this is a story. I've always heard of the earthquake in 1906 from my parents, and where was I when the big earthquake hit? But in Washington, D.C. at an American Quilt Study Group. And I was with my sister, and then I took Mary Machuta's class, story quilt, she calls it. And we didn't realize how important the phone was. And we turned the television on because it was the A's and the Giants playing. This is what we found, and our kids finally got in touch with us about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We had them all in the Bay Area. And I put nail polish on all the toes here of my sister and I, so you know it was my sister and I. No questions. Mary Machuta really helped me a lot on this. She's a good teacher. I love sunflowers, so this is my sunflower. This is old. What year is this? Early 90s, yeah. 92. Is that a long time ago? No. Remember, I showed this once and I said, you're never too old to get a blue ribbon. I finally got a blue ribbon in the Santa Rosa County Fair, Marin County Fair in the arts section for this one. Oh, we're doing This is called Twisted Sister, and I love Lonnie Rossi's fabric. And she used corn to design this, and she had a Polish grandmother, so she printed the recipe for mushrooms from her Polish grandmother. It's one of my favorite blocks. Now this is. I kind of remember how I made this. There were, I think, either 6 or 8, I don't remember how many squares, and you cut through like so, and then you lift the bottom one up and put the top. That's how I made that one. And you end up with stars, and then it's kind of cockeyed. No, I never use hand dyed. I think we have good fabric out there.
Do you do all your own quilting?
All my hand quilting, and most of them, I did this machine quilting. I have a couple that I put out.
Excuse me, Janet. The fabric. What fabric is that?
Where are you?
I'm over here.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's beautiful.
It's just dyed. It was a packet. Yeah. I don't remember. This is facets stripes.
Oh, facets stripes.
And I kind of set it like this, cockeyed.
This is 2011.
Oh,
Yeah. This is when I lived here. And what was this for? Oh, this was for our guilds, just saying. And I have a printing from Lonnie Rossi's fabric. This is all printed fabric with sayings on it. This one is also I made here, and this was from Judy Matheson's class that she taught at Pointless Sisters when we first began. And these are tamari balls that were printed in the fabric, and when I went to Japan, I learned about the tamari ball. And this is where I really went off. This is wool, there's linen in here, all different types of fabric in here. No, I'm having fun. This I made at Bishop, started this at Bishop, took years to finish, but that's my memory of Bishop's Ranch, where a lot of you guys go. I liked it there. That was a tulip, a great big tulip. You use one fabric and you cut it up. One block wonder, they told me. This was made, the Twisted Sisters, now all I did was put this together. These blocks are made by all of you in the group. Pointless Sisters. I belong to 5 mini groups, so I can understand. And this is called Pickup Sticks. I love this quilt. And it went to Paducah, and I think we got a ribbon, didn't we? We got something. Jerry Condon was the one that was instrumental in sending that.
Janet, on the background fabric, is that one fabric or is that pieced?
What?
On the background fabric?
That's all one fabric dyed. That was, I think that was Katie Pasquini's fabric. You remember?
Look how pretty the back is.
This is a fake fabric, and this is also another tessellation. And you have to have a big, you have to have, you should have a design wall for this, because the one block, you have to, you know, when you go, you have to put, the block is, this is the block. It's 3 things, this is it, just this. One straight, cut this middle one in half, that's what the block is. The block is very small, but you must have a design wall for it, so, because they go into each other. Most of these are facet fabrics. Okay.
Can I ask what you use for batting?
What?
May I ask what you use for batting?
I use different things, but of course I like cotton and poly mix. That's good. I'm not fussy about batting. This was when I was at New Pieces. Wait a minute, I forgot her name. Wait a minute. The Japanese gal. Oh, I forgot her name. She started this. Huh? No.
Karen Matsumoto.
Yes. What'd you say?
Karen Matsumoto.
Karen, thank you. Karen Matsumoto designed this block, and it's there are 4 pieces to it, and I used all my my fabric. What do you call it? The Valley fabric. And Ann Rhodey says, why don't you do it a little differently, and instead of just all one? She suggested I put the grid in, and I call this Shades of Tiffany. And this was in the PIQF show, too.